Marcia walks from one end of her room to the other. She wears an elegant purple dress embroidered with floral imagery. One of the Saruman's servants, a young human woman, no older than 17, sits on Marcy's bed watching her intently. After a few more passes, Marcy stops. "It hangs a tad low," she says, "and with how often it rains these days, I'd rather err on the side of puddles being likely." The servant girl nods rather sheepishly before getting up to hem the dress. After a few moments spent in silence, Marcy asks her, "Do you think I'll like it?" To which she responds, I don't know why anyone wouldn't, ma'am." Elsewhere in Ward 7, our party has gathered at Kites. After finishing their business at the Arcane Assembly, they headed home for the night. Scorned by a lack of courtesy, Diego decided to check out Faxin's hideout ahead of everyone else before returning to Kites 400 gold and one bag of holding richer. He shared most of what he found with Peter, while keeping Renister and Eamon in the dark. Speaking of, we cut to the results of Diego's roll to determine what the comforting darkness Rit felt within him was. It's hard to know for sure without further knowledge, but it might just be related to your general just like magic that you wield outside of thaumaturge stuff, like mechanically of an archetype in psychic, right? That is a magic that manifests in a very like, what would be the word? Well, in metaphysical way, I guess. I don't know. It's like, it's quite abstract and strange. You can see in the dark. So, I mean, your best guess is that there might be more to it than it. It might just be that being noticed if this is a creature that is like had it literally forcibly ingrained in him to notice things like that in people. He might have just noticed that. I guess the only question you would have is why you and not why no comment on Renister.
Yeah.
But
or
like
even
you said,
Peter.
It could be something like it could be simply as something as like he said he enjoys the dark, and it was like your presence was calming and whatever.
And the half vampire doesn't have any dark in him?
I'm a good guy.
I mean, as someone who's pretty knowledgeable about a lot of things, you're confident that there's not something inside you are not aware of. The main thing would just be like, why is this robot picked up on it so like acutely?
I'm simply opening the floor at any time to where I've noticed you get uncomfortable when certain things are brought up before.
I think I honestly don't know. I wonder if it's something to do with the type of magic I wield.
You all rolled very well. You're being serious about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he's misleading you on
Yeah,
that.
that's fine.
Which is weird.
It is, yeah.
Is unnatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little wrong.
When
Just like when you mentioned your dad.
When was it mentioned that the simulacrum went unconscious?
I don't remember.
It wasn't mentioned. It
was mentioned
in
after
front of
it
the
came
assembly
back.
As he came back.
Yeah, but who was it mentioned to?
Everyone.
It was everybody.
Was it everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I would say, not to cut this short here, but don't we have that? Seems like the last time we checked in with the
sewers.
sewers.
Yes, he's in hiding right now, waiting for our arrival.
Well, it might be best to do that as soon as possible if he's in dire straits.
Okay.
Doesn't seem distressed at the moment.
But yeah, but he did.
He did have some issues, but, he's good at
Is
hiding.
the
He's a
plan-
little rat.
Is the plan there to wait until something happens, like something tries to contact him, or are we all going there to try to
Well,
investigate
I think we
space?
get into the hideout first, if that's what's back there. Then
Okay.
we move on. But I would say, yes, that would be our course of action.
to go there.
Yeah, to add context, it's probably not super realistic for you guys to like wait there for something to happen.
But
like,
it's realistic
who
for the
fucking knows?
simulacrum
But it's
to wait
realistic
there.
for simulacrum
Yeah,
to wait until
I-
something
I
happens
don't
to
think
it,
we were
and then
planning that.
inform you to make action on that. Like set up a meeting spot, or some bullshit like that. Whatever. I don't know
And you're
why I
sure
said
you
bullshit.
found Faxin's old place?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're sure we found a hidden wall, a hidden place that matches up with the location that we've been told.
Okay.
So are we going to check it out now?
But we won't know until we
I
get on
don't-
there.
I mean, I would assume so. Yes, there's a few other things I'd like to do, but I mean, that seems like the closest lead we have right now.
Yes, I would agree.
I was also thinking, when we have time, who here has the quickest access to Naito?
I mean, theoretically, I could always send.
Technically, it wouldn't be Kite.
Define quickest.
Hey,
The fastest we could get
If
word
we
to
want to
him.
get a direct message to him, I could always send my rat.
If you don't remember, he specifically said no contact till he gets back to you to not arouse
Gotcha.
suspicion.
Yeah, I'm okay with breaking that rule, but only for the sake of he can see the colors of souls, right? Or the state of a soul, I suppose. And that's what...
Yeah, to put it into like scientific terms of the magic of the world, he can see where the soul's connection to what plane lies. He can see the connection of a soul.
He saw
to
his
plane.
soul though before, and he was like,
Yeah.
it was fine. Like he didn't mention it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if we wish to... Perhaps that power could be used for more than just the leader of the Akio family.
I think we should wait on that. I don't know that we should take unnecessary risks for him.
Especially since he almost did die.
If we
Hear
sever...
me out first. You don't even know what risk I was hoping to take. At some point, not now or not even soon, maybe even after he makes contact again, if he has any updates, it would be very useful to see, one, the soul of an android, and two, the soul of somebody who's been previously possessed by a Vetlorana. Just for the sake of comparison of what does a soul look like for someone that is in a comatose state, such as our dwarf or as Akira. And also, what does it look like for the soul of an android? We don't have to tell him it's an android or that Umbra is
We
whatever.
should probably not tell him because that
I would
would
agree.
yield better results.
I would agree. No bias involved. But just food for thought. Doesn't have to be now. Doesn't have to be soon.
I would preferably do this after he makes contact, just for
Do
his
you
sake.
agree that it would be a good experiment to see what happens?
Oh, I do agree. I think we should definitely do this, but we do have other leads that we can do.
Yeah, I'm just it sparked my mind. The last time I was near this table was when I saw all the pools of blood from his neck. So that's just what
I would like to speak with him again as well regarding a few different matters, but I think for the time being, we chase down other leads until he is ready to discuss with us.
Sure.
So
To the sewers.
For the first time.
You guys leave kites. Something to note is that the rain has finally stopped. That rainstorm seems to have passed.
For the first time.
You guys are competent enough that, and you're all together, you guys could just get in there.
Who
find
gets
a way to
stuck?
get in there.
do I notice
So
that the simulacrum's looking healthier?
so the simulacrum, first of all, you didn't see him when he was unhealthy.
You told me he went unconscious.
And he also rested.
I don't know that's how that works.
Yeah. Sorry,
And I do have him hiding outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not in the thing.
Okay.
I love inner party.
I don't know that
love it so much.
simulacrums can gain health from resting.
Yeah.
You don't know how simulacrums work at all.
Exactly, which is why I'll be suspicious.
I would like to open this up to the group, though. Everything that Diego said so far, I'm on the fence of whether to require a deception roll for you. Because, like, it's both with little enough context that it, like, isn't quite deceiving, but, like, you are deceiving them in general. So I'm not sure on how I feel about making him roll or not.
I mean, I would say make him roll specifically on when he's asked certain questions or when he's saying very
Yeah.
specific things.
If I even
like
notice,
if he goes in the
'cause
room and he's like, I've never been here before.
I could
that's
not
deception.
notice anything different about this. All I know is he told me. That's why I specifically asked if we were all told it went unconscious.
I just mean about all of what he said earlier about this, the simulacrum and stuff.
Because I definitely do know
None of that
something.
was a lie, right?
I don't know. I know something's up. I don't know it's related to the sewer.
He
I don't know
did.
it's
He
related
did ask if, like, you did ask about the simulacrum, and I said he's up and hiding.
Oh, I haven't asked yet. I
thought you did.
No, when we got there, I asked him if I could see if the simulacrum looks any different because I would have not said anything yet.
Okay, so we're not gonna make Diego roll deception for the
Yet.
Not
previous-
yet.
Yet.
Okay. Okay. Also, it actually might not even be him rolling. It would be you guys rolling perception against his deception.
We also don't
but-
know how he went unconscious.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he got cut
Yep.
or poisoned or
But yeah,
anything.
so I mean, yeah, you guys can all get in the sewers competently enough.
Mhm.
No
you
one
can't
gets
see
stuck.
bruises through the
No.
rat fur.
I mean, you're in easy in.
I know I am. I'm
And
talking
then
about
that's all you
him.
need.
Mhm.
No, you.
I have to
you
push
can
his
find a
feet.
way. Yeah. You get to the entrance. If you don't remember, there's that red brick. Faxin is just out there, waiting.
Fake Faxin.
Yeah, Faxin.
Fakes.
Faxin?
Fake
But yeah,
Nixon.
That's
I mean,
what
he's-
he's called now.
He's just standing there,
Unhidden.
like blinks a little weird.
Okay, now
Well,
I'd like to.
I mean, not. He was hidden, yeah. But then when you guys approach, he's like aware of who you guys are.
Yeah, well, I can tell him.
Yeah,
that we're
you're coming. Yeah. Sorry.
Stay hidden.
So
Stay
I just
safe.
want to like assess him because I know he went.
Yeah, he
unconscious.
looks healthily enough, decently healthy.
How did he go unconscious?
He poked the wall. I think we need to figure out how to get through this.
So wait, he just poked the wall and went unconscious?
He poked a
Can I take a look at the wall?
brick, right? Right, Faxin?
Did you disarm the trap at all?
Do you know how to disarm the trap?
I mean, I know the sequence.
Yeah.
He's actually talking
But
about
you
disarming it
didn't
from the
disarm,
inside.
like the trap's mechanism is
Correct.
still in place. Okay, word.
Hero thievery?
No, I mean, you know the sequence.
I know.
So yeah, you can just put in the sequence.
Well, I want
Do you want to make it look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
That
you
would
wanna
be
make it look
suspicious if he just
deception.
did.
Yeah.
Then you should roll thievery. If you
Yeah.
want to actually
Or
like
deception.
full on just do it wrong.
That's going to be a coin.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Can I assist?
Thievery, easier check. You're actually just trying to fake put in though. So if you fail,
Or
you get
can I
shot.
use crafting
Or-
to like...
Or deception, harder check against these guys, but there's no risk of you triggering the trap.
Can I use crafting and just bypass the trap at all? Just to figure out a different way to open it?
No.
Okay. I'm going to do thievery and still take the risk.
Okay.
So, coin.
Okay.
Because we did get arrested.
Don't
didn't we?
worry, poisons don't work.
That's not true.
I've only seen one person poisoned in my life,
All right, so that's 16.
and she just fell in love.
16?
Yeah.
My perception is 17. If we're going by his based
No,
on
he's actually just trying to fake do it.
okay.
Dude, I've rolled 2 nat ones on the attacks
Oh,
of this
shit.
fucking trap. That's so annoying.
catches the needle.
Oh, no, I guess
To
that
be
was
fair,
the
it was a
other
different trap.
Yeah. God
Yeah.
damn, that's so fucking annoying. Has a plus 13 to hit, you motherfuckers. Yeah, I mean, the blowout shootout, and you dodge him.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
shit.
Dykes.
Did the door open?
Yeah.
Okay.
It like peels back.
All right.
I'm gonna we'll get I'll give the two of them a perception check on the two of you though.
Because I almost got shot by a dart, does that
Yeah.
give us bonus?
You're
But you
also
know-
having to act like, oh, I didn't know about this.
Oh, no, I almost got fucking shot by a dart.
Yeah. So Eamon and Renister roll perception. What do you guys?
It's a different day, right?
yeah.
It's a new dawn.
Gonna use the guided by the stars.
Of course it is.
I absolutely am.
What are your guys' deception DCs? We'll increase phosphorus by 4.
Okay.
Peter's by 4.
17 then.
Mine's 21.
Oh wow, you're really bad at deception.
I had a discussion earlier
Yeah.
where if I'm going to keep lying, I have to get better at charisma.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20.
Jesus.
21.
My DC is 21, so.
Yeah, they both pass. I mean, you definitely don't know fully what's up, but like, you've been around Peter definitely enough. You've been around Diego a little bit.
We also agree that you get a +4 on anything lies
Yeah,
against me.
so you don't know exactly what's going on, but you're
Oh, I'm not
aware-
saying anything
Yeah, and it
yet.
doesn't even, you're not even really aware it might pertain to this, but you're aware that like the
Something's
two
up
of
with
them
him.
are up to something. But yeah, it opens pretty cramped, 6-foot high ceilings, desk with the poisons and stuff, cot in the corner, and then all the mess of engineering and machinery that functions as this trap.
That's odd.
Look. With
See,
how-
this is the
it's a
difficult
literal-
part. I'm like trying to
Yeah.
make it natural
With
and not
how
metagame, but
cramped the space is.
That's odd. I would not be looking for anything they did.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit
but
about
the
their
really
antics.
only thing
I would
can
mostly
think of-
looking for like an assassin lived here.
Yeah.
That's odd.
With how cramped the space is, the only wasted space is under the cot, where there's like nothing that takes it up.
No haunts or anything.
No.
Can I try to disarm the trap now that I'm on the inside?
Yeah. Why don't you roll engineering lore?
Engineering
I promise
lore?
you it's better than crafting. The DC's
Yeah.
way lower.
20.
You get you disarm it and you get 2 doses of wyvern poison.
Can I just do a look around in this room and see if anything's off?
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Yeah.
box? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Roll perception.
Can I roll
We have fun here.
deception
To
I have no part
to
of this.
look like I'm looking around?
yeah, go for it.
23.
So I'll be blunt about how I'm doing this. You told him to get rid of the chest, right? So I'm using his deception DC to not know that there is a chest there, or at least something,
Okay.
which is 20.
Mm-hmm.
So you beat it.
So I know something's off.
Yeah, it definitely looks like there was at one point something under the cot. Again, there's nothing to really point to that like.
It
you
was
know,
taken
what's
out.
going
last
on.
night.
Yes,
by
but
Diego,
let's just
yeah.
again. I genuinely don't want to metagame this. I'm not just trying
Yeah.
to figure out. I'm just going based off of what Renister would think. Based on what I know, Kite's being suspicious. Diego probably came back late based on Kite's reaction. And something's up between both Peter and Diego. And something is clearly, don't know what, something is missing from this room. Does that all feasibly something Renisteer would have came to the conclusion of?
I feel like it's more up to the party. I feel like
because I'm not just trying to be like,
It
oh,
seems
I found
like
you guys
it
out.
would. It seems like
I'm also an
we would
investigator.
we would more think something was done. Well, I don't know. It depends if the specifics of what it looks like under the cot. If it looks like it was a recent thing that was like scuttled around, because also like the guy who literally killed you lived here, so you might be thinking about that more than you're thinking about Diego's antics. Because literally the person who took your life, this is where he lived and operated.
Yeah, but I also at the same time would find it suspicious that this guy's hideout that he specifically has triped has nothing in it. Outside
Well,
of
it does have a lot of poisons and
That's true.
Speaking of that, can I go over the poisons?
just not
and start
something
just
overly.
And-
I'm not
and
saying you
distracting.
can't or you shouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't think it's
that's what I'm
metagaming
trying.
if you
That's
did.
why I'm
but-
trying to piece together is
It's-
if this is something naturally he would have come to a conclusion with the stuff I've already gathered, or if it's a reach. Because I don't want to just be like, aha, I found you out. Because
I think it just depends on for me, it just depends on why Renisteer would be really focused on trying to figure out why Diego's lying.
Because this
Because
is
he
the
lies
first
all the
time you
time.
specifically did not come back to Sanctuary when we didn't discuss that beforehand.
It's true.
That would be my thing. That's the key off. Because even when you did the stuff where, again, we don't know about this, you went about and did some sort of ritual. You said you had something to do. We all went our separate ways. You clearly stayed at Kites. So that's the only reason that I think Renisteer would be suspicious. But again, I don't want to have it come off as some cheap thing. where I'm like,
That would be my only question to it, because I think all the pieces are there because you found us suspicious already with that nat 20. I think all the pieces are there that you would do that. But that was my only question: is why would you even keep pushing into looking into
more than vampires and the guy
Yeah.
who killed you.
Yeah, it's okay, because clearly there's something with Diego. I will say I just rolled a 25 to make it look like I'm looking around the room, if that helps anything.
His eyes are open.
Yeah.
So,
I am
I don't think
things.
any of us will
No, of
walk
course
away
not.
being that was metagamey.
Of
Okay,
course
I-
not.
I just don't-
especially
I
as
don't
the
wanna-
person who's literally lying to the
Yes.
party. I feel
But-
like it's up to you and your character, right?
That's the thing, too. That's where I'm trying to be, because I think Renisteer has been light on both of you in the grand scheme of things. I don't think he's asked many questions. I think this was the point where he's like, all right, something's up. Something's clearly up.
fucky.
So I think we're all on board with the idea that if you feel that Renisteer would come to that conclusion, we don't think it's metagaming.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
at
that's-
this point with the logic and everything,
Yeah, for sure.
it just makes sense.
All right. Let's stop dicking around here.
I have poisons in my hand.
Something is clearly up between you two.
I have a newspaper in my hand.
It's upside down.
Oh, he
It has a
likes the
picture of a
local
treasure
news.
chest on it under the bed.
I don't. With everything going on, Daddy's a little on edge. Please, just once, have enough faith in us to just let me know what happened. I won't be upset.
You're gonna have to be more specific. What
Something
happened
is,
when?
Something is off about this room.
Something that was under the cot. I look at Renisteer for affirmation.
You take off your sunglasses.
Good job. Good job.
Under the cot. I point to both of you back and forth.
Again, I will not be upset. I just want to be in the loop. Did you come here last night? Did your simulacrum find something?
I turned to Faxin. Did you find something here last night?
I am focused solely on the poisons, like a kid with screaming adults.
I would kind of hover over Peter.
Yeah. I don't think it's hard to tell because it's not a fully sentient thing and it's not fully prepared for this moment. It just dead stares at Diego, doesn't even look at Renisteer, and just shakes its head no.
Well, there you go. He found nothing.
But did you find something?
So real quick though, to get poisons, crafting check for me.
Thank you.
We've been
25.
2 more doses.
Sweet. So many good poisons.
Did you find money? Because if it was money, I don't care. You can hang on to it. I'm not here for the money. I'm getting paid anyway. Well, we all are.
Sure, it was money.
Sure.
Sure.
So it
If it
wasn't,
can hurt us, please just like let us know.
or help
I
us.
would tell you if it could hurt you, or it would have hurted you.
Or help
hurted?
us.
You're stumbling over your words, Diego.
Or it would have hurt you already.
That sure was also not very confident, unless it's a half truth.
That's all I operate in. Or
Okay, so
half-truths.
it is a half truth. What was the other thing you found?
That's not how half-truths always work.
What half of something did you find?
In Dwarvish to him, we're gonna say, just show him the bag.
What did you say?
What? That your accent? That's wow.
There's okay. He
That's
clearly
good.
said something to you. I don't understand
This
it.
should be so much easier. Just show him the bag. It's not that big of a deal.
Yes, well, don't let them know what it is. I guess I don't know why I'm hiding it.
Yeah, I don't
just-
know why you're doing this.
It's
either.
my personality.
I know it is, but it's kind of. I think this is getting a little too far. I think we just need to pull everything back a bit.
Look, but now I'm so entrenched, I feel like I have to dig deeper.
Yeah, but listen,
Diego,
we're dealing with him
lies,
for a while
lies
now.
grow like
I'm
seeds.
talking
Yeah, this is
in
Dwarvish.
I know.
Yeah, which is more
I
suspicious
just
than anything.
know he's I just
I've dealt with him for a while. Just show him the bag, get him off our back, so we can do some other shady shit later. But you got to give some to take a lot more.
I'm not splitting the gold, though.
No, God no.
Okay. Yes, I found this bag.
What kind of?
being from the assembly, do I instantly know it's a bag of holding?
Roll Arcana.
To be fair, I think I would open it up and I would take my sword and drop it in.
Do I know what that is now that he's like?
Oh yeah,
shown it?
for sure.
Is that
You guys
another
aware of bag of
magician
holding?
thing?
Another magician thing. Yes. It's a bag of holding.
What did you have in it?
Nothing.
Well,
You
why
get a
would-
bag of holding.
Well, no, but what did Faxin
Well,
keep
it's
in it?
clearly money. He said sure.
No, the money was in the chest.
Look, I already told. Okay, again,
There's a chest?
Not anymore.
again. If you found money, I don't care. You can hang on to it.
Yes.
Is
that's
it a
why-
thrill? Are you like? Is this like a klepto thing?
Are you happy? Are you happy when you do
I
this?
do like the moment where you and Foss kind of had a heart to heart. You're like, I don't know, man. I'm just a liar and not entrenched. It's like
this
I
is
don't know how to not do it.
Yeah, it feels
This
like
is
a
my
very
life.
genuine
Welcome.
moment where you're like, yeah, I've lied. Like I feel like I'd be a bitch if I came out and was like, I lied now. But yeah,
What did happen to that chest?
I don't know. That's Faxin knows
Can-
that.
Fakes is just
Can you
eating
have
it.
Can you have him retrieve it?
Did you put it somewhere where you could retrieve it?
It just shakes its head no.
No.
Oh, I wanted to check this one.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
I think this was the false bottom.
That's fair.
Also tried to kill me.
For future reference,
Faxin?
No, the chest.
Oh.
Technically
Trapped?
the lock.
Or like a mimic.
The trapped. A mimic would have been interesting. Oh, let's keep talking so Renistir can't talk
No, he
anymore.
seems frustrated. Let him talk.
That's only going to make it worse.
Oh, no.
Dad doesn't speak up much. When he does, let him finish.
the rage is building. It's okay. I'm not angry.
I'm just disappointed. Oh, no.
I think I can
But-
see a vein.
In my scales.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
This is something that could benefit all of us, considering how much we all have to carry. So, for future reference, I don't care as long as you aren't hurting anyone, as long as you're not doing drugs and you stay in school. As long as
I will never stay in school.
okay, fine.
No
Well,
promise on the
Diego
drug
has
part.
I think
does-
explicitly stated.
He
But
does. He
I
does
will
live in a-
exclusively stay out of school.
Whatever. The point is, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I don't really care. But this can benefit all of us. So just it can benefit all.
Well-
You did not have to carry countless traps for this one.
Actually, Raiji did that.
He had to carry it, didn't it? He
Yeah,
was part of the party.
I don't know if that affected Raiji, though.
Either way, if we come in this situation again, we don't have Raiji.
That actually is a good point. I would like to store a lot of trap material in there.
No.
We'll talk
Why?
About that. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
It's not
Did
like
you
there's-
learn anything actually important at all? To
No, there was
Faxin, or-
nothing. There was nothing in here.
Okay, so the. Sorry.
I mean, there's poisons.
no. If you weren't done,
No, continue.
go ahead.
You're
So,
fine.
sorry.
I'm just befuddled by this whole scenario.
Call me good cop.
No.
Exactly, it's working. Can I get you a water? Any thirsty?
Just scoop up some sewage.
Can I get you a glass of water?
Tea, please.
So the plan then is to leave him here. I nod to Faxin and
Yes.
hope the shadows show up again.
Yes, or
The
some
shadows
kind
we
of
killed.
other liaison. I don't know.
Do you know of
there's
any
not much
rituals
of
that can summon such things?
There's not much of a plan. Not that I know of currently, but maybe in some downtime I can learn stuff like that.
If we could just force them to. I don't know how you'd.
I don't know what
Eamon's
shadows
feeling
they
bold
are.
today, but I don't know how your rituals work. But I mean, if you can summon a horse with a top hat, I don't see why you can't summon a shadow to talk
He should.
That's. I mean, it wouldn't be the same shadow.
It would have a top hat.
A
It
similar
would
one.
have a top hat.
We should. Faxin should retrieve that chest.
Faxin.
Okay, whatever.
He cannot retrieve.
I think
the
it's
chest.
obliterated.
It's gone.
Well, that's an issue because ideally we should try to keep this room as much as it looked the same.
As you're messing with all the alchemy?
I have seen the chest, correct? Could I recreate the chest?
Yeah. I mean, probably not this minute,
No.
but yeah. You could
Quick
get a
alchemy
made.
chest.
I found some driftwood and have crafted a chest.
Yeah, you can get a chest made up.
I might be able to recreate the chest if you tell me what it looks like.
I mean, I already described it all in full detail.
Yeah, while I'm doing it, refresh the memory kind of thing.
Also,
I'll slap you on the head with the paper again.
for withholding theft from your parole officer, and I open up my ledger and write more down for
Okay.
Peter.
Do you start a ledger for Diego?
Well, he's not wanted.
I have
Like,
no. I
don't have any
he
legal.
goes
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
you got
Diego.
legal custody.
My hands
over
are
him.
clean. You can't get me on anything. The DA's been trying for years.
His fingerprints are
He's
kind
only
of gone.
he's the one that I have legal
Yeah, yeah,
precedence
yeah.
over.
Also,
So
you have
Diego-
legal precedent over phosphorus. That's not who I am.
No, because I gained custody of Peter.
Peter, that's not who I am.
You're gonna try to do brass tacks with
Did
me
that
when I
argument
know-
work last season? No, it's not going to work this
It'll
season.
work eventually.
Okay, fine. So 2 people, twice the debt. I'll expect payments from both of you.
We all know that's not going to happen.
I will expect it. Perhaps. We'll consider this in future reference when
Listen,
we get paid for our business.
No
with the
matter
Arcane Assembly.
what I pay now, it doesn't matter because you're going to have to pay it again to bail me out of jail. Again, sometime in the future.
You're going to jail again?
You get caught?
Most likely.
Well, do you already have plans of committing more crimes? What are you doing?
No, I'm just playing the odds.
It's true. I would bet on that.
I will get my pound of flesh.
Faxin-
One way or another.
Faxin says, "So you would like me to stay?"
Yes.
He nods and just goes and sits on the cot.
Does he have a way to just...
Pretend to be Faxin though while you're over here. Don't go killing
You mean he
anybody.
tries to kill
Points a dagger to the guy.
He was not paid to kill Ren this year.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, so now
I
you're
I mean,
doing this
based on the
argument.
conversation we just had,
No, this is a different
twice the
situation.
assassination.
No, I
Yeah,
think
two
it's actually the
people.
exact same situation.
2 people, twice
No,
the
it's not,
assassination.
Because I literally died.
You're saying I didn't
you
fake
did
one of
pay
my
your
deaths?
debt.
You did not die.
You didn't say I faked death before?
Faking a death is different from dying.
I don't...
Not to the law.
Yes, you're right. I am the other version of me, of which name I will not give you, is dead.
Do you have a name?
I had a name.
I mean, everyone has a name.
Why does everyone have so many secrets?
I
To be fair, Diego is my name. I don't know where that came from.
would gladly
Can I
tell you-
roll? Can I roll for that one?
Yeah.
Coin.
Using a coin for that. Jesus.
It doesn't matter. I didn't beat it.
Well, it's not my deception DC, so.
I know it's. Oh,
As far as Diego is aware, that is his true name.
motherfucker!
Oh, but look,
Blame his mother, not him.
I would.
I still don't believe.
I would tell you my real name, but I
That's
just,
my secret, is always sound like you're lying, and then everyone will always think you're lying.
I would tell you my real name, but we just found out that stuff about the vampires last night, so I figured probably should hang on to any secrets I have for if we ever run.
Oh,
into
yes, but that's not really a deep, dark secret, really.
those. Yeah, kind of.
The name of someone
dark
that
to me.
died, yeah.
It's a part of me that's gone. You're bringing back trauma, Diego.
That's what I do
Maybe I
best.
should write a letter for you. Emotional distress. No, I was kidding.
Now, that one I can be charged for.
So while we wait for word, what do we do?
find out some more information.
Segue into downtime.
Roll the bushes.
Well, you guys go back to kites?
Sure.
I would, yeah. Oh, we
no.
also
To get it-
got to check up on the cold iron situation.
We'll do that all during downtime. To get it on recording, whenever each of you returns to your home of residence, I don't know where yours would be left, Diego.
He sleeps under the cot that Faxin's on. Faxin.
Faxin. Yeah.
There would be a note that says, "Dear blank." This is to everyone but Peter. Dear, your name, Brenisteer, Amen. Diego, you have done us a great service. Inform our mutual friend about any one person, place, thing, group, or entity. They will get back to you with everything we can share. Should take some time. You won't hear back for a while, but rest assured, you will hear back from us.
I'm sorry. Run that by me again.
Were you just not listening?
Or print out a
I
copy.
was listening.
I was listening. I just want to
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You have done us a great service. Inform our mutual friend about any one person, place, thing, group, or entity. They will get back to you with everything we can share. Should take some time. You won't hear back for a while, but rest assured, you will hear back from us.
What does that mean?
There's no signature or anything?
You guys did a favor for a spy agency.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah. And Peter doesn't get one because it's his obligation as the Isoki to do that.
That's why the handwriting looked like rat scratches.
There were little like
there's-
whisker prints on it.
Yeah. But yeah, that is...
There's crumbles of cheese.
You don't have to tell me it now. You guys can think on it. I will get you that information going into season 2 or season 3.
Do I get
Sorry?
one of them? Or?
Nope.
Okay.
Because Fitcher believes that as an Isoki, it is your obligation. One more thing comes.
Am I with Eamon or am I with the
I think
other
that's up
ones?
to you.
Everyone,
to you, bro.
No, it's up to who invites me.
Your tent is still at our fucking house.
I know,
For
and I
fuck's sake,
miss
you're
it.
invited to Sanctuary.
Well, thank you, Peter.
Wait a minute. He might be the Vetelarana. He needs
You
the
enjoy your
permission to
time.
come in.
Bleh. What?
There's an envelope. A runner eventually delivers us the kite who gets it to one of you, probably Renisteer. Inside is a pendant made from one half of a purple teardrop-shaped gem and a letter that reads as follows. This is a communication pendant. It will allow myself and one of you to communicate covertly over any distance. From now on, we should try to communicate through the pendants exclusively. Contact me through the pendant as soon as possible.
No signature.
I mean,
Naito.
you would be pretty sure of who this
People
might
gotta
be.
start signing their
I
names.
hate this so much.
Well, why?
We don't know if it's actually him on the other side.
Who?
Naito.
Naito.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, the half tear threw me off. I thought it was a butterfly.
No, it's just like the type of.
Yeah,
it's just like a magic item that looks like that.
Oh.
It's a magic item that lets you communicate remotely without there being any evidence of it.
I don't like it.
You should ask him who beat him in the original contest for the storytelling, just to verify it's actually him.
Yeah, I mean, you would know how to activate it. You just like talk through it.
Like a boomer
Yeah,
holding it. Who? It's way too close. to my
Who
mouth.
sent you?
Who sent you? Who beat you in the storytelling in Koi?
You say that, Eamon, and well, which name would he prefer?
It's him. I'm just making sure, all precautions.
Put him on speaker. Tell him I say hi.
But yeah, he says, obviously, we should probably talk between this from now on.
We're in a secure location. Let's put it that way.
I have information from a trusted source. It is admittedly somewhat vague, I assume, due to the nature of the importance of the information. Something is going to go down at the Water Lily Ball. The Akio family is planning something. All I know is that it involves the Kari in some way.
Oh boy.
So what I need from the four of you is irrefutable evidence of that plan that can be brought to the surface at the ball in front of everyone.
Okay.
I think that is our best course of action. If we were to do it behind closed doors, there was a chance they would have time to, like I said, they have more sway than us. The court of public opinion swaying that is the most important thing currently. So
Certainly.
doing it at a public event, I think, is better than bringing it to the
Put out in people's
the Noki family behind closed doors.
Slightly related, slightly unrelated. We have a few things we'd like you to look at with your ability we discussed.
Can it wait till this is over? Like I said, it'd be best if we didn't interact.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I
This
cannot
directly has to do with vampires and shit.
I cannot
Kind of.
gain you entry into the ball. You will need to get that with your own means.
We might have a way in.
The Grey O Stars.
Damn it.
Well, it's either that or as a royal envoy.
Yeah, you guys actually have a lot of
We
rights
all
to get
carry
in.
him like on one of those like chairs, like thrones.
I don't know which one's worse. Admitting your royalty
Oh, you don't have to admit it. I am.
or the Great Ostas.
Yeah. He also says, I have to assume I'm still being hunted, so I won't be out and about very much.
I figured as much.
I promise you, if you guys can pull this off, you'll be in the good graces of many people who can line your pockets much better than me, but my payment still stands. Regardless.
My goal is the protection of the city, and that is enough for me.
What you would probably need is probably located on their estate. I don't know where else they would keep things of that measure, or at least the entrance to where they would keep things of that measure would be there. I would not go in there unprepared. I would do as much reconnaissance as you can until you feel comfortable that you can get in and out.
Do you know anyone that is not part of the family who would know any intel on the locale? Someone who's not maybe completely on the side of the Akio?
Not without doing some digging, but I think it's
Best if you leave that to
best
us.
if you do that.
Don't raise any suspicion on yourself.
The only other thing is I did look into those ruins Peter asked me about. Admittedly, the oldest records for the city are pretty sparse. I couldn't find anything that's too concrete or specific. But from my understanding, a long time ago, I'm not sure when, the Bunko dynasty conquered a civilization that was here, which then became the province of Ranku and then the independent nation of New Ranku. That civilization is not named in any way. All I know is that they worshipped the heavens. Specifically, that is the only thing named, like the heavens. They resided in the plateau. Most of their civilization was networked cities and tunnels and residents carved into the building, which was all gutted by the Bunko dynasty to make what it was. I believe at one point there were anything they would have found of magical or historical significance. Well, historical significance, nothing. I didn't find anything in my digging. Anything they would have found of magical significance would be with the assembly at this point.
Good to know. Okay, we will get on it.
Like I said, if you need anything that is feasible of me currently, let me know. But
When is a good time to contact you across this?
anytime you feel the need to contact me, you can. If you try to contact me and I breathe 3 times quickly, it means I'm at a time when it is obviously a no-go.
Sounds good.
What if you would like to keep the same?
Yes. I don't breathe, but I can make something up.
That's a good point.
That was a joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. You do breathe. I know that. Yeah. And then that's where we'll end the level. Alrighty. The party has reached level 9, but we're going to be doing this chunk of downtime a bit differently. Much of what the party can do leading up to the Water Lily Ball will be a mix between downtime and more detailed roleplay. Because of that, there's no downtime recap this time. We'll be playing through all of it, but again, most of the time will be downtime activities like gathering information or crafting that then lead into things that require more detailed roleplay, and I'll still give smaller recaps when necessary. That being said, the Water Lily Ball is in 11 days, so the party has the rest of today, 9 full days, and 1 more half day with the ball being that night to get irrefutable evidence on whatever is going on with the Akio family to be presented at the Water Lily Ball in front of every important figure in the city. There's still plenty beyond that as well, with Yvette Lorana on the loose, entrance to said ball needing to be obtained, and Umbra leaving the catacombs for the first time. So, with all that being said, let's get into what the party does with the rest of their day.
Since we only have a little bit amount of time today.
A little bit of mouth.
I'd actually like to go to the cartel and see if I can't get that ring that the gambling undead had. He had a ring that could hide.
Yeah.
He was undead. I want to try to get that ring.
Okay. What would the rest of you like to do to start off with?
For the day?
Are there any like shops or anything in Ward 7 or any kind of?
Oh yeah. Half of Ward 7 is just not necessarily just shops, but also places like taverns, inns, brothels,
Libraries?
Yeah, there would be maybe not
Bookstore?
libraries. There would definitely be bookstores.
Bookstore?
Yeah.
Gotta pay for your literature, bro.
Hey, Jack here in post with a quick bit of information that we talked about off mic. Diego is looking to court a noblewoman with connections to the Accio family to both A, get him into the ball, and B, get him into the Accio estate. So that's what we're talking about in this next bit here. That, and he wants to learn Androphen. If you're looking to run into a noblewoman, your best course of action to begin with would probably be to gather information to like find a target first. If you're specifically, I know it sounds bad, but if you specifically want someone connected to the Accio family, the chances of you just running into someone with those connections are not high. If you want to do that, I would recommend seeking that out, if that makes sense. You don't have to. I'm just saying.
So yes, So would a bookstore possibly have books on languages?
Yes.
So 2 birds.
Probably not Androphen. It's an ancient, uncommon language.
Man, if only you knew 2
I can get
people
you
who
into the
spoke
assembly.
Androphen.
No.
I can get a book for you from the assembly.
You could have Umbra come with you.
I am actually.
You want him
I'm
to
actually.
have out of
You literally know like the headmaster person.
I'm
You
actually
just-
probably going to go to the Arcane Assembly anyway because I need to talk to Annahel.
He's trying to pick up a woman as well, though.
What does he want booked up? Oh, are you?
Yes, if you could get me a book, I can use that. Yes, if you could get me a book.
What the book are you needing?
I'm trying to learn Androphen.
Yeah, the assembly probably would
Okay,
have that.
I can see what they have while I'm there.
Thank you.
Ask Umbra.
So what are you going to
Ask
do?
Umbra what?
He speaks Androphen.
I know. Just to teach me?
Yes.
But I have other things to do.
I do like the imagery of you having to sit in a tiny desk while Umber has like a chalkboard and pointing out all the work.
So you would like to
I would like to apply for a job at a bookstore.
bookstore? Okay.
to it doesn't really have to be a bookstore,
Just a
but
little book cart.
I just think the fact that it would be a bookstore would help it more of like multitasking of
Yeah.
I'm looking through a book right now, reading and learning a language,
While looking for
while
noblewoman.
also
and gathering
information.
Yeah, for sure. I don't have a bookstore made. Do you want any input on that?
no.
Yeah, we can just keep it in the background for the most part.
Barnes and Noble.
Noble and Barnes.
Noble. That sounds more like a. It's
the
weird,
Noble Barnes.
It's weird how when you flip them, it sounds more like a lawyer like
Yeah, it does a
firm.
little bit. So you are going to the
You
Arcane
injured?
Assembly for what? Is this like an all-day thing or a quick stop?
I want to
Register,
get I want to get the message out to my order as soon as possible, so that there's plenty of time for that to get there.
Yeah, and you know Iridel's the only one that you
Yes.
are aware of. Yeah,
Yes.
I was literally I'm glad you know that because I was gonna say you don't know how to contact your order, but you know Iridel has contact.
If
Use
you're
mine.
going to see Iredell, I would go with you.
You're more than welcome to come.
Perfect.
We'll take. I mean, he works there, so yeah, you don't have
You're
to give him
mo-
permission, but
I give
I
you
mean, to
permission.
go visit the whatever he's called, the position.
what, the luminary.
Luminary, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Luminary.
I know it's not headmaster, not friggin' redacted.
Okay, they will just give you the ring, Peter.
Oh, sweet.
You have done enough, and you hold enough sway. They'd probably want you to pay for it, but it'd be pretty cheap. It'd be like 50 gold, which is not even close to what it's worth.
Okay.
I don't have it printed out or like an item to give you. I'll get that before next time. But essentially what it does is it is I think it's 2nd level disguise self spell that hides voice and scent. It doesn't need to hide voice, but it can.
Well, hi there. I'm Renistair.
Well, it can hide your accent, which we have talked about how
Give me
your
a different accent.
It can give you whatever voice you want it to.
You get a Ukrainian
it's-
accent.
No,
Essentially-
it's worse. It's Romanian. So I'm like, hello, it is me, Renistair.
Essentially, it's a
Blah, blah,
ring designed to hide the fact that someone is undead. Granted, you don't look super undead as far as undead go anyways, but it's a ring designed to hide undead. It also hides sense of undead, and it also can change voices.
Oh my God.
However, it can't make you look like anyone specific.
Oh my God. I just realized that this could have a good moment later with my parents.
Yeah, you could look like how when you were alive.
That'll be the big reveal.
That's wild. Yeah. But yeah, that's essentially what it does. That would take like a fourth of the day, just like the processing of going to find Sister Wen, probably, and then.
And since I'm the only one doing it, I'll start casing out the fucking Akio place.
Okay.
I will stand near the Akio place while Sulfur cases out the Akio place.
Yeah. So to set this up, the palace compound is the Akio estate, the Tao estate, and the Noki estate, which is the main palace. So it's hard to case something out unless you have a reason to be on palace grounds because it's walled off. However, if you were just nearby the palace, Sulfur could do that.
Sulfur's the main one.
Yeah. Yes. Granted, you could try to come up with a reason, whatever. Naito said don't make contact, but like you have ins if you wanted to try to get in, but you don't. I'm not pushing you in that direction.
Hey, babe, you up?
Why don't you give me a diplomacy check, Diego?
Diplomacy. What about deception?
Sorry. Yeah, not.
I would prefer to lie my way.
How about
into it.
crafting?
Well, you're literally gathering information. You're not lying yet.
I'm lying.
You'll get the job.
I'm lying
You are charismatic enough that there's no
gather
role to
information.
get a job.
I'm lying to gather information.
It's not how gather information works.
19.
Yeah. So you go about getting a job. You're clearly knowledgeable enough to get a job in like a bookstore. In the time of like, it's kind of like, when do you want to start? I assume you would say now, whatever.
Today, I'm open.
Yeah.
Ready to work.
They would set you to work. Pretty basic stuff, organizing stuff. In that time, you would hear about a noble woman called Vress Morimoto. She is famously a single noble. She's an orcish woman.
She's famously single.
Yeah. Well, not famously single puts it in a bad light. It's a couple things. Over the past couple months, people have seen her visiting the Akio estate relatively often, at least a couple times a week. She's the owner and operator of the Bazaar, the Golden District's premier escort service and brothel. Like I said, she's either well known or a little infamous for like never taking a husband, which is pretty common thing to do in the nobility amongst the Wakuzana and more New Ranku elite nobles and such. She's also a bit more of an outsider too because she's half orc. So one of her parents was obviously not a New Ranku noble to begin with. All of that strikes you as pretty accurate. There's some more like outlandish things out there, like she doesn't have a husband because she kills them. Or that she's having an affair at the Akio estate. That's why she's visiting. Stuff like that are clearly just like thoughts of outlandish things. The only other thing of note is that she almost exclusively goes for meek, subdued men.
Damn it.
Dumb.
But that's, in that day, the only information you get on specifically a noble with a connection to the Akio estate.
Maybe I'll give it another day.
She's a dom, bro. She's a dom.
And you would know about... you looked into the Akio family already. The fact that she visits frequently means that she is incredibly well trusted because, as you have heard, they're notoriously closed-doored, both for people leaving and for like people coming and going. Only very trusted people by the family.
But if she likes meek men, mild men, then how can I approach her with my boyish charm?
How is Diego gonna rope Eamon into this somehow? Just brings him to the ball and against
She would love me.
It's like Diego has that moment in the
What would
Grinch,
Eamon do? Get that
in the
bracelet.
Grinch where he realizes he can put an antler on Max.
Renestier and Eamon, you guys go to the Great Assembly Hall.
Going to the Great Assembly.
You don't have to sing every time we go there.
I just love it there.
You've
so
been there
much.
enough, and you've also been to Eardel's like top room in the tower enough that like we don't have to do the song and dance of being greeted by the receptionist and going in.
Hello.
Both of
Let's
you are known
vomit
enough.
this time at least.
Yeah, that's true. This is the first time you're
This is
going
the
up
one
there.
time-
There isn't vomit.
This is the
to
one
clean
time
up.
Eamon had bad seafood and just like upchucks on the board.
It just wouldn't smell like, chemicals and shit.
But yeah, Eardel would be up there. He would be up in the top part in the study, but he'd come down when you guys got there, and obviously he would be told you guys were coming when you got there. Let me pull up the thing.
What time of day would it be by now?
Close to midday.
Okay.
But yeah, he comes down and yes, hello, good to see the two of you. And he I'll be honest, did not expect to see you two so soon after last night.
You said he came down, so we're not in his study.
No, so you are in a study. His study has 2 floors.
Oh, yeah,
The
okay.
bottom part is more like a living area
Yeah.
where he meets people. There's a sauna, a kitchen, blah, blah, blah. The top part is where he does, presumably, his like luminary duties. But yeah, he comes down the stairs, yeah. He offers tea for you to sit, if you so wish.
Yeah, I'd say no thanks on the tea, but
I'll take some. Yeah, thanks.
An unseen servant would bring it.
things have got escalated to a point where I feel it would be best to let my order be aware of what is happening here. I can't divulge too much for the best in your circumstances, but let's just say this goes a little bit beyond just a vampire terrorizing a city.
You would like me to send word to Larek? Yes, I can do that.
That is correct, yes.
Give me 1 moment.
Sure.
He closes his eyes, like a wave of golden magic in front of him. He casts sending a couple times back and forth. I'm not going to like literally do the 25 words or whatever. Just convey the message across of basically what you're saying. Well, actually, not back and forth. He would just say that, and then Larek would contact you directly with his own sending. Heard from Irdel, you would like reinforcements, or you think the situation has escalated. What is your clarification of this?
Governing family compromised, most likely from vampire bloodline family. Parentheses, Strigoi.
Did you say parentheses?
Parentheses,
Strigoi
Smiley
and
face!
parentheses.
Exclamation point!
Smiley
Smiley
face.
He'd
Eggplant.
do another sending.
Does Ren say any of this out loud, or is this all just like
It's in his
happening
head. It's in
okay,
his head,
cool.
yeah.
But I'm
so
a
I'm
boomer.
just standing there.
I'm a boomer, so I'm typing it out in my head out loud.
Yeah.
Your glasses are way down.
Yeah. I somehow took a selfie of myself and it's blurry.
All right. I'm not too sure who's close. I can be there within a week, most likely.
That would work perfectly.
Okay. 1 more sending. At the very least, I will be there by then, if weather allows.
If the worst should happen, any advice for dealing with Strigoi or Veta Lorana directly?
Do not confront alone. I assume you have companions. If all of you are not there, do not fight.
And all I'd send back is I look forward to your arrival.
Love you.
Yeah. Basically, the
Kisses,
sentiment
XOX.
is,
Love you.
because he doesn't know the actual dynamics of the party, how many are, is do not fight one, not at
yourself.
full strength.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Of what everyone is capable of. Yeah.
If you have a party of 3, don't even try.
While that was happening, Irdel and Evan, you could have just been making small talk, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like awkwardly like looking out the window.
Yeah.
So, did you finally get some sleep?
Yes.
Good. Good.
Everything good for you? He
With
looks,
me?
he looks to you, Anastasia.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, things could be better. If they were great, we wouldn't really have to be here, I'm afraid.
I just meant with Lark.
Oh, yes. Presumably he will be here within the next week.
Tell him to stop by.
I already disconnected the...
I meant when he gets here.
Oh,
But
okay.
yes,
Oh, yeah, okay.
of course.
I don't know how
Is
this...
there anything
We're a
else
really sociable party.
the two of you needed?
Do you... I can obviously ask at the front desk as well, but do you have any books that could aid in someone's learning of the Endorphin language?
Yes. Who has the interest?
Our other companion, Diego.
Yes. Normally those are not for public access, but I will make an exception. I will send word to the librarian.
Perfect.
Evan has the capacity to leave books. I'll also leave word that you do now as well. You are working for us. He says to you, Renister.
Thank you.
So, yes.
Renister, you can go grab those books. I'll
Okay.
catch up.
No problem. I'd leave.
You leave, teleport down. Iredell sits. He says, I assume you have something you would wish to talk about with me?
If you have a few minutes, yeah.
Yes, of
That'd be
course.
great. I'll sit down near wherever he's sitting down. As this conversation goes on, I'll remind you, or like I'll say something, I guess, but I'd like to roll based on his reactions. I know,
To like read him.
yeah,
Mhm.
I know he's a full blood elf, which like inherently sometimes means like less expressive or like not a lot of like physical cues, but
Mhm.
just to see as this conversation goes before I say too much. I would
Okay.
like to,
Yeah, for sure.
like to be aware of that as we go.
Mm-hmm.
So Rit is the name of the
Yes. Scribe.
scribe
is his
downstairs?
Technical.
not downstairs, wherever
Occupation.
we were sent to.
It is technically downstairs.
Ah,
Yes,
I
it
knew
is
it.
underground.
It very much felt that way. How did they explain briefly, but how did you come across something from the Magin like that? That's
From
a
what
very long ways away.
what I understand is, well, Rit came to us through a good friend of mine, someone who shall remain anonymous for protection services, or protection reasons, safety measures, and all that. But they needed a place for a, well, for lack of a better phrase, an incredibly magical being to exist. From what I understood, they wanted nothing more than to just write. So we put them to work, and they've been doing that essentially nonstop since. I believe that friend of mine is part of a group that helped Rit relocate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, kind of assisted. Have you had much contact with the Magin before in your life?
No, like I mentioned before.
I know you try to get away from them, but I don't know if that was because of an
No.
interaction or a...
Not specifically. Back at my home, we had some interactions, but nothing my people couldn't handle, and nothing that more attempts at an alliance made by them that we were not interested in. So I have interacted with their people, never too directly, though.
Were you... Sorry, these questions will make sense towards the end of this conversation, I suppose, but they might seem all over the place for now. You've been around this city for a very long time, correct?
Yes, before it was New Ranku.
So you were around for essentially like the shaping of what the politics and what the whole shaping of this city essentially is, right? Like all the
Yes.
council, all the noble
Well,
families.
Much of what became the council was here before the war. It's kind of why we won the war, so to speak. Every member of the council has their seat on that council for what they did during the war. So the formation of New Ranku happened before the formation of New Ranku, so to speak. But yes, I was when it was a position and we were still part of the Bunko dynasty. I was the Grand Enchanter for the province of Ranku, yes.
Mhm. I've only met, out of the noble families, at least the main three. I'm sure you've maybe seen him around. Naito Tao.
Mm-hmm.
Back when some of my friends and I were in Koi, they came to visit for one of the cultural.
Oh, yes,
Festivals.
that makes sense. Yep, they go down for that.
Yeah, and I met him ever so briefly there. Do you have much experience with those families? I know the assembly isn't necessarily involved in the day-to-day politics of the city, but
I hold a seat on the council, so there's that. I interact most with the Noki family, as they also hold a seat on the council. I'm still good friends with all of them and their heirs, so to speak, children. I think it's been 3 generations now since New Ranku became New Ranku. But the others I have had a fair amount of interactions with, due to the fact that both of them, granted differing fields, but are noble families that gained their level of notoriety off of magical acumen. The Akio family being quite adept at all manner of arcane aspects, and the Tao family being the city's leading group people on divine magic.
Do you have much interaction with the Akio family, with them being so involved in the world of Arcana and such?
To some degree, less the Akio family and more the Kaikari. We
those are
have
like the...
crossover. Yes, the secret police.
Oh. What do they have to do with assembly?
Well, they are a group of magical guards, so to speak. So
They receive some kind of training here or something?
no, but obviously a lot. We have a wide net and a deep amount of magical knowledge, so there is a decent amount of things that they come to us for.
Well, that's pretty much most of the random questions I've had. There was one more, though. You said you hadn't had much interaction with the Magin, obviously outside of Rit. Have you talked to Rit much about where they came from? And
Yes.
so you're aware of Akatan and all that, the leader of the Magin and such?
Akaten Tuli?
Yes.
Yes. He's an oracle,
Yeah.
like you.
That's what I was essentially going to wonder if you knew or not.
Yes, I speak with Rit.
Fair. I'm guessing you've
deemed
also
it-
assumed the Night of the Storms may have something to do with myself. Our previous conversation was about that.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, I was going to...
I do not put blame on you for that. From what I understand, you were quite literally being born. So,
Yeah, I don't know much if there's a connection there, but I mean,
would
Rit
you?
expressed very clearly that he wanted to, he was able to free will his way out of it, but he very much felt animosity towards me.
Yes, we talked about that.
Have
Do
you ever
you-
met oracles before?
No, you are the first. It is not an easy thing to do, but I can look into, with our resources, magic that might be able to conceal that fact about you from a glance.
That's essentially what I was hoping, is if there, I don't, obviously the fewer people that know this, the better. I don't know much about what being an oracle means or what it even is, but
I don't think I can tell you any more than what the information Rit gave you.
yeah.
I do not know more than that or what your own endeavors have discovered, but I do know we have the resources to at least try to get you something that can do that.
Just to protect me essentially from the same people you wish to get far away from.
Yes, and I know the thought might have crossed your mind on whether or not you being here would be a liability, but with Rit being here, we're already kind of putting ourselves in the crosshairs, the Arcane Assembly that is, of the Magin. If that word were to get out, they would probably want their, as they would put it, their robot back, but I don't see you being here as any more of a threat than that.
Yeah. I'm just slightly more public is all.
That's fair, yes.
I work for the
Rit-
Great Ostas.
Rit doesn't get out much.
Relationally involved with one of the more noble families, and my friends aren't so my friends stick out a little bit as well. I'm sure
Yes.
you've noticed.
Especially that one with the hat.
Yeah. So yeah, just
how much
anything-
do you know about the Great Ostas?
He's a great
Pilvar.
boss.
Good to hear.
Mr. Pilvar, he's compensated me well. He's helped me in some endeavors outside of work with his vast resources and such. He's friendly to my friends. He's friendly to my girlfriend and her family. Other than that, I haven't dug into his personal life too much.
I rolled perception for you. That seemed a bit like a leading question. Almost like a test of knowledge. Less of so like proving that you actually know him. More so seemed like he was getting a sense of how much you know about him in a way that almost implies that he knows more than you would, or at least your answer would imply, is his reaction to that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Is he a friend of yours, or?
Yes, we run in similar... He's a prominent enough member of Wakuzana that we have crossed paths many times.
Well, I mean, yeah, outside of the work interactions I have with him, I don't know him too well. Should I be concerned at all?
No,
Okay.
he is a good man.
Okay.
I cannot promise how quickly we can figure something out for you, but
yeah.
I will put somebody on it. Probably Wander.
Sounds good. That's an interesting employee you have as well.
She's kind of my daughter. Not by blood, but
Interesting.
yeah.
It seems like she was very comfortable trying to sneak things by you. And
Yes.
I knew that wasn't something typical for the average faculty member underneath you.
Yes. She is quite capable. If I'm being honest, she's more capable than me.
Is that why she's downstairs?
That is her choice. She does not like people. Her and Rit make a good pair in that respect.
Fair.
People who willingly, as you put it, spend all of their time in the basement of the Arcane Assembly.
Okay.
But,
Well, no rush, and I have gold to pay whatever enchanter or smith works on something, or alchemy. I don't know. Whatever goes into making
yeah.
this thing, I would be happy to put some coin towards it. Is there anything that you need from myself or my friends other than what we're already looking into?
I do not think so. I was going to say, if you are assisting Renistir, I would put all your efforts towards that. I know vampires can be nasty business.
Yeah, I'd honestly rather not, but Renistir's my
That's
friend.
fair.
And I care for him, and he cares for stamping out things like the undead. And not that I don't want them gone, but I prefer leaving the work to people like him as opposed to doing the work with. But I'm happy to help in any way I can, and if something comes up, at the very least, I can make sure they're okay.
That is admirable.
Well, I'll leave you to the rest of your day. I'm going to go catch up with my friend.
Thank you. I will be in touch.
Thanks.
Okay. Renistir. We don't have to roleplay you getting the books if you don't want to. They would just get
I'll roll strength to move the step ladder.
the books to you. That, even though roleplay wise took the longest, time wise, getting that book and that conversation and stuff, you still have probably half the day left of anything you two, Peter, and Renistir and Eamon, not Peter. Fuck Peter.
I'm busy.
I guess if you have the books or you get done delivering that or whatever, where it kites, I would have just kind of followed you around. But
You guys go back to kites?
not back to kites. I don't know why I would go back to kites, actually.
Well,
Yeah, you
how
guys don't
long?
have to.
How long did Kite say that the cold iron would take to get?
Yeah, that's a good point. Before you guys left, he probably would have told you that for sure.
We need that for other
The
plans.
helmets will be done sooner.
Okay.
And correct me if I'm wrong. You want helmets for the four of you,
Mhm.
Kier,
Yes.
Umbra,
Yes.
all of the. Well, I guess you have the coffins for. Is that all you wanted them for?
Yeah.
Those are the only helmets you want.
Can we make them stylish enough to
We-
not look
we
weird
should-
at a ball?
we should probably
you
get a
wanted-
couple extras.
You wanted something for Wander. You wanted something or Rit, right? At the very least, Rit.
We should probably get both of them.
We probably
Wander
have a couple.
No,
right.
Wander said she has her own.
defenses. Yes, correct.
I specifically asked for lining to my top hat.
Yeah, they will look however you want. Yes.
So
Because I was imagining us at a ball with like a full knight's helm, and just like my
no.
robes.
I also have something for when we go to the ball.
I will make it lenient in that, like, it doesn't. Technically, it should be like a full head covering, but it can, as long as it is on your head enough cold iron, you will.
I'm wearing a dope circlet.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I need you to get me into the ball.
We're not together. You can tell me that later.
Yeah, shut the fuck
correct.
up.
What if I'm bringing
sorry.
someone else?
Yeah. So kite, those should be done by either late tomorrow, or well, I guess technically this is day 11. Sorry. We'll call this day 0, and then 1 through 10, right, is what we're counting
Yeah.
up to.
I'd probably just try to like grab some lunch with Renistir, catch up a bit.
Day 2
And go on
is
today.
when, by the end of day 2, he will have the cold iron helmets. By the end of day 4, the coffins will be delivered.
Which is it? Ward 4 that has my parents' bakery.
2.
I wasn't even close.
Yeah, it's actually a complete opposite side of the
Yeah,
city.
yeah. You want to get some bread?
My eyes light up, but I don't mention that. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Okay, I know, please.
Lead the way.
The other thing Kite would have mentioned is just offhand. I was gonna say it when we started, but Kite would have mentioned that they might be if you see new people around, they're hiring new people to beef up. They're hiring some new people to beef up security after Naito almost literally got assassinated here.
There's just guys in goalie armor
Yeah.
like in front of the window.
In every window. Yeah. That was supposed to be as you guys left.
They're
but I
dressed
forgot
like
about it. He
archery
would also
targets.
told you the cold iron stuff too. Yeah. Do you want to play through getting bread at your parents'?
It's up to you.
If you want to, I feel like Renister would probably just handle it pretty normally.
Yeah.
That's my assumption is that it's
Unless
now that you've done it already, it's kind of actually just a conventional run.
yeah.
Because
I know that your family, I know who your parents are as far as I know they're halfling bakers, right?
Yeah.
So it was never like outwardly spoken.
We go
but
to
I
a
can assume
completely
that
different
this is-
bakery with different halflings working.
There's a lot of halfling
Yeah.
bakers in the world, man. Not to put them in a box or anything, but
They would fit.
The box is called a bakery. Yes.
they're French.
are you guys all meeting somewhere
Compact
by the end
designs.
of the day?
Probably back at Sanctuary, I'd imagine, right?
I'm going home.
I'm scoping out the Akio state for
Yeah,
as
at the
much
end
as
of
I
the
can.
day.
Yeah.
Are you going back to Sanctuary?
I'm also going home, which is now Kite's because he's the only one that invites me in.
Okay.
Honestly,
It's a nice
The-
place to stay.
Kites is the closest, isn't it?
Full kitchen.
The only
Kites?
reason I ask is because
Also, I'm
Umbra?
for the sake of moving forward, it's hard in downtime. We're doing it day by day. If you guys all don't meet up at the end of the day, it's gonna be real hard to keep track of who knows what.
That's
yeah,
fair.
I was gonna say because I would even tell Eamon before we split ways. Like we need to meet up tomorrow to discuss some things
Sure. Yeah. I mean, do you know?
with everyone.
The
I
more
should say.
central place is Kites. Kites is kind of between every living place.
I would rather.
Well, I
go
guess
to-
if we're picking up cold iron tomorrow, we might as well just be there.
do it tomorrow.
Yeah. We might as well
It
just
will
be
be.
at Kites.
Well, it's not tomorrow actually.
It's
Oh,
the
second
next
day.
day.
Yeah,
Second
this
day,
is
right.
day 0.
Right,
Tomorrow
right.
will be day 1.
Yeah.
We're adding technically a day.
Did any of us really learn anything today, though?
I'm just saying moving forward,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you don't have a
yeah.
consistent, like we conglomerate all the information we have together.
I don't know that we've all discussed too intensively of like what the plan is as far as the ball is.
No, we all just kind of split and started doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
So
why
we
I'm
can
saying
try to
should
gather.
How about
probably
we
gather.
just had the plan to get together when the cold iron helmets came in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's a
End of day 2,
such
you
a
get
good
together.
idea.
For sure. Okay, Peter, I'm going to roll stealth for Sulfur as he infiltrates Akio estate.
Oh, can he take elixirs?
Ah.
Because I would load him up on elixirs.
Just pop
Well,
him in. Just pop him in one. Shake him up.
Well, like what elixirs?
I would have given him the spider climb elixir. I would have given him the Quicksilver
Okay.
elixir, and I would have given him.
Yeah, if you want to give him 4 elixirs, since we're not going to roleplay this, I'll just call that for each elixir a +1, so plus 4 to this
fair.
roll.
Yeah. So it would be.
So it'd be 11,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. He gets in. He spends half of the day scoping the place out. Anything specific you would want to learn? Honestly, the first day would just be
Initial day is like locating rooms.
yeah. So the main thing is there's 2 buildings. One of them looks to be like a pretty intensive magical combat training gym, almost is what you would equate it to. It's quite big. Think of like the size of a basketball gym type
Okay.
area. And then there's the big main 3-story Akio estate building. He begins to map out the place. I won't give you any specifics at all. I would just mark down that you have one EP, which is an I forget what they call it. Essentially, it's a point that when you guys or someone infiltrates this place, you can spend to get bonuses or auto succeed on rolls. So I'd mark that down. Well, you will get more specific information, but like he starts to map the place
Yeah.
out, is essentially. I'm not going to obviously.
And I would go back to Kai's because he's closest.
Okay, yes. So Diego and Peter are at Kites. Renister is...
I'd assume me and Eamon would go to the bakery. I'd probably get a lot of stuff for the homeless again,
And then head back to Sanctuary, and you would head back to your place.
Yeah, gonna go hang with my girlfriend.
Are you going to Marcy's place? Or are you going to your place?
Probably stop by there and see if she wanted to come hang out.
She would actually love to hang out. She was actually going to send a letter to you tomorrow.
She was going to
come
leave
over.
you. Like,
So yeah, if you got to the front, Hokama would be there.
Hi.
Yeah, she would let you in. She would say that one of the servants could tell you that Marcy's in a room with another servant. You get to the door. I assume you knock or open it, or whatever you do.
I'd like take my hood off from outside and like make my hair good, and then knock.
Yeah. You hear Marcy's voice from inside. She says, "Who is it?"
It's Eamon.
Oh, yeah. Come in. 1 second. She gets up. She opens the door. Yeah, there's Marcy, your girlfriend. She motions for you to come in. She's she lives in like the highest class of society in Wakuzana. It's a very nice room.
Yeah.
Been in here many times before.
Bigger than my apartment.
For sure. Her room is, yes, that is not an exaggeration. She quickly goes over to this young woman, dressed in a servant's gown, no older than 16 or 17, probably, this girl. They have a quick back and forth about this elegant purple dress that is laid out on her bed. It seems like she is a seamstress of sorts, this young servant girl, before she obviously sends them on her way. However, you do catch that the young servant girl gives a very nervous look to you before leaving, and then just like walks out. But yeah,
Is everything okay with her?
yeah, she's new. She's really good with the needle and thread. I don't think she's used to this level of wealth.
Me neither.
That's fair. Yep. She first couple days on the job, I think she's a bit overwhelmed. But yeah. What do you think of this dress? She says.
I think it looks great. I'm guessing the girl who just left, did she make that whole thing for you? Wow.
Yeah. I was hoping
Is that
I could
for the...
wear it while you took me to the Water Lily Ball.
You beat me to it. I had my poster board ready to hold out your window, but it was...
I don't get that reference because
There's no proms in this world, is there?
Yeah.
The servant's out the window on a ladder with the sign.
No, I was actually on my way to ask you about that.
The Sarmans, our family has invited. My parents obviously are going together, and I, as the heir, get to bring someone. I was hoping you would join me.
I nervously kind of like look around and I say, "Hey, are there people like that monitor you and listen to you like all the time? Like I know you have guards outside and stuff, but like is what I say here going to be like heard by anyone?"
No. Are you in danger? She asks, like a little confused.
Short answer, yes, but not immediately. It's
Okay.
So anyway, we haven't been able to have this talk in a while.
Real quick though, before we brush over that, can I help in any way?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, let me
being
know if
aware
I
of
can.
it, I think, is the best thing you can do.
Okay.
So you remember my friends, Diego, Peter, and Renister?
Mm-hmm.
Recently in our escapades, I know this is still kind of new with me being involved in things maybe that are a little more intense than you may have imagined off the bat. But we don't know what yet, but we think something big is going to happen at the Water Lily Festival. It's something not good.
Water Lily Ball.
Ball.
I know first season wasn't cool, but
I'm a festival girl, so
yeah.
We do things different in the city.
Yeah. Okay, I assume a big bad thing.
yeah,
A bad
most
big
likely
thing.
to do with one of the big three families.
Okay.
We don't know what. We don't really know how.
I don't think with something that vague I could convince my parents to not go.
You
if
don't.
That's what you're getting at.
I think it would be less. I think it's okay if everybody goes about it as normal.
Okay.
I don't think people should not go.
Would you like me to tell them? I do not need to.
No, not for now. It's just
Okay.
we don't know enough yet. All it would do is Same thing it's doing to you, just causing more anxiousness, and I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, so yes, I'd be happy to go, and I would love to go with you. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. But
She will need your measurements.
oh, I get an outfit made by her?
Yes. If that's okay.
Yeah, that would be great. I really like nice clothes, and sometimes I can afford them, sometimes I can't. Often when I get them, they get dirty pretty quick.
Anyway, you were saying something.
Anyway, sorry, I got really excited about that. At the same time, do you have measures in place as far as protection when it comes to public appearances like this? I know you guys are one of the higher up families, and I know you have some guards here.
I can't think of a place that's more heavily defended. Maybe in all of the city, but definitely in Ward 7 than the Palace, which would be where the ball is.
But about protecting you specifically or your family?
Normally, you don't show up with an entourage of guards.
That's what I was concerned about. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know how capable you are, but you'd protect me, right? I take fencing lessons. You know this.
I do. You're very good. You're much better than I with a sword. I'm very, very poor at that. I don't mean to keep you in the dark about some of these things. I just simply wish for you to be safe, and especially since I learned more about your origin, where your parents are from, and I would love to learn more about that sometime, because obviously people like that are also after people like me in a vague sense, because we have something they want, something they could use. That's not the danger I think that will be at the Water Lily Ball.
Okay.
It's much more of a, how do I say more without making it more concerning? Just know that, okay, we're worried about the Akio family.
Okay.
A specific member of the Akio family. And we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're trying to find more information, but something potentially very dangerous could be involved with that in terms of possession and in terms of undead. I don't know how much you know about either of those things.
Not a lot.
No, but it is very real, and it's very frightening, and it's less of a show up with armed thugs and try to storm the place to cause harm. It's more of a something could be there before any of us arrive.
And this is something we're not telling other people?
No.
Okay.
A select few, no. I just want you to be safe, and I want you to know that if you find that at the ball, if I have to step away for a time, or if I seem to be acting strange, I'm tired of trying to hide things or try to be mysterious about things. Just know that if you see me acting a certain way or being strange, or if I tell you to do anything, if I tell you to run, if I tell you to hide, just, if you could, just know that I mean it, and it's for the best.
Yeah, she nods. She says, you have my word.
Perfect. Well,
Are you staying for dinner?
I was just going to say that. Would you like to come out with me on the town somewhere?
Sure.
Perfect.
Date night?
Yeah.
You guys get like ramen, sushi?
Yeah, well, I was literally going to say, yeah, like go get some takeout,
Yeah.
Chinese food,
Yeah.
walk around.
Word. So we're going to make everyone else there for that. We're going to roleplay through that too. No, I'm
Lovely
playing.
night, huh?
Just no progression.
Can I actually go to Sanctuary instead of Kites?
Yeah, of course. What? Anything you guys want to do that night specifically? I mean, Umber's back at Sanctuary.
Boggle? Sorry?
Neither of us are with you.
Jenga?
I like games, but I'm
Talking
staying
to
at my
Kite.
place.
Oh, yeah.
Kite and Anzai.
No,
Play
he's talking to
Jenga with you.
Basil.
As she runs
Look,
through
you're
and
going to have to give me more than that.
as she runs past and tears up another curtain.
Yeah.
I would just like try to arrange all of the Light Rider pictures I've taken.
Okay, yeah.
So
for sure.
I have one of Faxin before he dies. I have lots of them. But anyway,
Yeah.
just like going over those in my notes, but nothing very specific throughout the night.
Word.
I would-
Umber's there.
I would ask Umbra if he would like to join me staking out the Akio estate tomorrow.
Yes.
All right.
I thought you went to Kites.
I changed my mind.
I guess I would also be there. Rocky posing in the background.
I mean, you don't have to do
You guys would just be.
It's just normal night. You
Yeah.
gave food to the people up front with all the bread and stuff. Kier's good. Everything's normal.
How are you getting into the party?
That's what I was wondering.
Great. How are you going to get in the party with your armor?
Well, I figured depending on how we go about this, that's why I want to meet up with everybody. But
Well, why don't you guys make a society check?
During dinner, I
nat 20.
asked Marcy, can my friends be our bodyguards?
30.
Yeah, you can do that.
30
30?
with a nat 20.
Yeah. You would know that with a lot of societies in the world, probably New Ranku, Waguzana included, it's not uncommon for people to show up with like a sword at their hip or something, but it is normally more decorative. You
Prestige type.
Yeah, you don't normally see people showing up in full plate armor unless they are like known, like General Bulk, the general of the steel brands, will probably be in his full armor with a weapon and such, because like that's, you know what I mean?
Diego has
So-
for that.
So theoretically, he could.
Theoretically, it is not super out of nowhere. If you just like came as a party guest, the guards might be like, what the fuck are you doing? It wouldn't be too hard to give him a reason to have it, though.
Okay.
You asked Marcy. I mean, yeah, she trusts you. Like, if she's, 100%. She's on board with whatever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We don't have to play it. I would just say, like, yeah, my friends need to be there, obviously, based
Yeah.
on what I said. So
yeah.
anything we can do. Is there a limit on how many people you could get in?
Probably
Just
for
the bodyguard
guards,
looking ones?
If we build them as bodyguards or such, probably only 2.
Okay.
One for each of the pair of me and you, and then my parents.
Okay. Sounds good.
to answer your question, probably I could pose as someone's bodyguard or foreign envoy's protector. I don't know. I'm not good at these party things. I've never been. I was a beat cop, God damn it.
I've actually been to a few of these things.
Oh yeah, either the whole royalty thing.
I like to think you were quite literally the epitome of the meme of the dude in the corner who's like,
Oh.
They don't know I practice out
They
there.
don't know I can blow
absolutely.
everybody up here.
yeah, they don't know I rigged the
They
place to blow.
They don't know I will blow them.
They don't know their wine's poisoned.
Yeah, no, they don't know I spiked the wine with like LSD.
But yeah,
So he's got to get wild.
Are you the CIA, bro?
No wonder they want him dead.
Yeah, I was friends with a spy.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna see if. This is a little embarrassing. If either Diego or Eamon could help me pick out something that looks more party adjacent.
Shopping spree.
But
Umbra says, will I be going to this?
I actually don't. It depends if we can. I'll have to see if we can actually
we'll
get
have
enough
to talk
people.
about it with everyone.
Because
to
we're
make-
having trouble even getting us in.
Yeah, we kind of have to have as few people as possible, but it's not without the realm of possibility.
Understood.
And then I'd also like to talk to Umbra about the possibility of building that large,
Condensed.
yeah,
Yeah, you can start working on that.
bottled sunlight. Yeah,
Wait, can you
Unless he
specify
goes
what that
out.
is again?
I'm trying to build a massive version of the bottled sunlight to attempt to copy that lantern.
Yeah, it might not be massive. What you're trying to do is essentially make an alchemical substitute for that thing.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Would this hurt me?
No, probably
No.
not. If you're going to mimic something of that level, it will probably just have the quality that you need it to, which is like the light that activates the Strigor's issues. It wouldn't
Alright,
affect them.
And second thing, can I make a failsafe in this thing,
In what?
or if necessary, I can use it as a bomb.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Umbra can try. I guess.
That part will
This
hurt
party is gonna end, and everyone's gonna be like, "We saved the day," and there's just a burned shadow on the ground of where Renastair was.
I'd love to get this like the main chandelier.
10 more days until the fateful night of the Water Lily Ball. Our party has a lot to get done in such a short amount of time. Can they manage to track down the Vetelarana before they claim more victims? Will Shintami Akio catch wind of their plans? Can Diego find a date to the ball? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.